Hi, and welcome to another Roblox review, where today I'll be talking about another game that I've played quite a bit. Generic roleplay game made by Anzin Dibs is a game that has some very interesting ideas that make the experience playing very varied each time. Anyway, let's get right into what this game is all about. The gameplay of generic roleplay game is a little different depending on which job you select, but before I explain any of the jobs you can have, I'll talk about the game and how it works. Pretty much, the game is centered around a group of people living in and around a town, with the main goal being to survive for as long as you can and make as much money as you can as well. Once you die, you keep all the money you got, but you lose anything else you had in your inventory, as well as any property you might have owned. People tend to murder at the slightest provocation, and if weapons are available, you definitely have to watch your back more. You can make money in a lot of different ways, with some being more useful to the town as a whole, such as farming, while some ways are much more profitable, like growing and chopping money trees at your house. You could also make money by fighting the arena outside the town, but dying still means you'll lose anything you collected that life. The game focuses a lot on the laws of the town and how they could influence and change the game. Some in small ways, such as making it so doctors don't have to pay taxes, or bigger ways, such as making weapons legal for everyone to use. Players with certain jobs can get to vote and decide what laws the town will follow. With this choice, they can either vote for laws that will help everyone, or be more corrupt and vote for laws that will only help them. So yeah, corruption is a thing, even in this Roblox game. This system is what makes the game very interesting to me, along with being able to upgrade the town over time. Random events can also happen that make the game a bit more difficult for a while, such as barbarian raids on the town and flash floods. There are also events that can only happen with player input, such as the Tree Lord boss, which spawns when 75% of the trees of the server are cut down. Now moving on to each job and what they do, as the job system is a huge part of the game. Each job can be selected from the lobby when you spawn in, and each costs some amount of in-game money to play as, with one exception being the first job, which I will discuss, the Peasant. The Peasant is a starter job that can be selected with no cost. You start at the Peasant Village, where you get some free tools. Peasants are pretty useless usually, and the only real plus to being a peasant is that you don't have to pay taxes, and NPC barbarians won't attack you on sight. As a peasant, you also don't have a reliable source of food other than fishing and chopping trees, unlike the town, which has food way more easily available. Peasants are also not allowed in town by default, unless the law was changed, so entering will usually get you arrested if there are guards. Pretty much, the best options the peasant have are to upgrade to another class, which there are two choices. One of those being the civilian, which is an average townsperson working and living in the town. You can become a civilian by either picking at the start and wasting $25, or by heading to admission as a peasant and becoming one for free. Civilians have to pay taxes, but in exchange they get healthcare, houses, food, and better tools than at the peasant village. They can also work at the various stands in the town, selling tools, food, and weapons to earn money from sales and a wage. They don't really have a specialized role, so you can pretty much do whatever you want. Moving on from civilians, we have barbarians, which live in a camp separate from the town. You can also become one by choosing barbarian in the lobby and paying $50, or by becoming a peasant going to the village, where you still have to pay. When you play as a barbarian, you spawn with a sword and a tool to steal food. You can also buy a bow and arrow as well as a bomb in the village as well. The village also includes free healthcare as well as some free tools and a place to fish. The NPC barbarians hang out here when a raid isn't going on. The longer the leader is alive, the stronger the NPCs will get, making it more difficult to survive for the town. Your main goal as a barbarian is to destroy the town in any way possible and kill as many people as you can. You get paid for every kill as well as everything you destroy. The best thing to do is to wait for a raid so the NPC barbarians will back you up, and then you could destroy the main gate. You can also enter the town through a secret other way, but I won't talk about that here. Without guards or weapons available to the public, barbarians can be a huge menace to the town. On that note, let's talk about guards, as they are crucial to the defense of the town when weapons aren't available to buy. Guard can be selected from the lobby or town for $500, and come equipped with a sword and handcuffs on spawn. The sword is unable to damage anything that isn't a barbarian, and the handcuffs are used to arrest people who are committing crimes, and what is considered a crime depends on the law. Guards also don't pay any tax and can't be made to pay tax through laws either. Most of the time I've played guard, it hasn't been a very fun experience. People tend to target you. Also, for some reason, when you arrest someone with a weapon, it doesn't remove their weapon, making it easy for them to break out of jail and continue committing crimes. Other than that, dying in barbarian raids is something that will happen quite often as a guard, as the base guard sword sucks. Guards also have the chance to vote if they are allowed to in the law, though their votes only have one half the power compared to the other roles that can vote. They also get paid $50 for participating. Next is the doctor, which costs $200 to select from the lobby. or the town, and their main goal is to keep the townspeople alive and healthy. They come equipped with a med kit that can heal people quite slowly. NPC barbarians also don't target them. They also is the only job that can work at the hospital, providing healing, new limbs, and wheelchairs. They also have the chance not to pay taxes. If healthcare is free, they'll probably get pissed at that and won't man the hospital. Next is the janitor, which costs $150 to select from the lobby or the town, and his main goal is to clean up the town as it tends to get filled up with bodies quite quickly. They have a broom that can sweep and collect bodies, body parts, arrows, banana peels, and even bombs by putting them in a dumpster, and they get paid for it. They also aren't targeted by NPC barbarians like the doctors, and can be useful during raids for that reason. Something funny to do as a doctor is tripping people with banana peels that get stuck on your broom, since it doesn't lose that slippery property. Speaking of banana peels, let's talk about the Jester, which costs $150 to play as well, and is selected from the lobby or the town. They come equipped with a boombox and banana peels that can be dropped to slip people on a cooldown. The boombox also allows the Jester to play music using stuff that has been uploaded to Roblox. If they don't choose something for themselves, the default song is Raining Tacos, a Roblox classic. The Jester's job overall is pretty much just to be annoying and cause trouble by slipping people and playing annoying music/sounds. Next is the Landlord, which costs $500 to select from the lobby or the town. He also gets a tool to collect rent from people who own houses, and also gets to enter locked houses for a short time to collect rent. Landlords are widely hated in the community, being one is short-lived and usually not worth the cost. If weapons are available, your head will be the first on the chopping block, as no one wants to pay rent. Honestly, just make the world a better place and don't play this role. Everyone will thank you in the long run. Next up is the council member, which costs $1,500 to select from the lobby or the town. These people are the second most powerful job in the town, as they get to vote on laws at the courthouse, as well as having the chance of not paying taxes, and not being able to be arrested at all. So, of course, this job tends to be very corrupt. People will only vote on laws that give themselves more power. They also are one of the two jobs that has a player limit, with a max player count of 4 per server. It's a good idea to own a house as a council member, as rent and the cost of the house's upgrades will be offset by the money you'll make from the trees you could grow and voting on laws. It's a good idea to carry a weapon if you can, as council members are going to be a target for corrupt people like guards and even other council members to kill. The final role in this game, and the most powerful one, is the leader. You can only become the leader by waiting in line, as everyone on the server will get to be the leader eventually, though you can pay 100 Robux to skip the line. The leader can also set a wage and tax, as well as the price of food in the town, as well as buy upgrades and shops. You can also upgrade the outside wall to protect the town from barbarian attacks, which is pretty important. The leader has to use their own money they've earned to do these things as well, so I don't recommend trying to be a leader until you have at least 2k, as you'll be likely to be killed for being poor. When the leader is killed, the next person in line becomes him, so make the most of your time as leader. You can also vote on laws, and your vote counts as 3 as well, so you have more sway than anyone else when it comes to laws. When you're the leader, you also have to keep your approval rating up, as it's required to have higher approval to upgrade certain shops. You have to keep the people happy and balance making money through tax and giving reasonable wages, and the prices on food as well. Overall, it's difficult to make it profitable, and more of a burden to be the leader, as you're the #1 target to get murdered. Even if you're doing everything right, you get killed for no reason by anyone. Overall, generic roleplay game is fun, but it's kind of a grindy game by nature, and I think it's much more enjoyable if you try to socialize with people more than just trying to get money. The game also has a lot of game passes that are pay to win, like the game passes that let you select a job with no cost, as well as being able to buy cars for free. They're also annoying to deal with, since you could cause a person to die, and they'll just get back into their role of 0 consequence. It's the most annoying thing when people who have the Landlord game pass. I mean, there's literally a game pass to get hungry less quickly, with hunger being a core part of the game. So yeah, these game passes have pretty predatory prices as well, with the most expensive one costing about 20 bucks. Other than the game passes, I'd make it so criminals don't keep their weapons upon being arrested. It defeats the purpose of arresting people altogether. It's literally better to just kill them. I'd probably also make it take less time to get money, as it's annoying to have to work for so long to get good money. Overall, on Roblox review, I'd give this game a 7 out of 10. As it's good, and it still receives updates, so I could see it getting better over time. Anyway, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe for more videos like this. See ya!